Hey guys, Chloe72 here, and today I've got for you guys, that's right, we've got the new Tier 10 light tanks, woohoo! And I'm playing in the T-100 LT, and I've got for you guys two fantastic ace tankers, or at least I think they're fantastic in my own mind. I hope they're fantastic. This first one is going to be on Westfield, and it is Westfield Snow. Yes, Westfield Snow. And the second one is going to be on Mountain Pass Summer, which is quite interesting. I was going to save these for like a Christmas special because they're snowy, but then the Mountain Pass wasn't snowy, so I decided, I'll just put them in now. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the meme this morning. Not this morning, but to start this video off. I suppose the first one didn't have anything to do with lag, because that was kind of my own just driving off of a bump, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know if you guys have been experiencing all that micro lag, but I certainly have. It's definitely gotten a little bit better. I think it had a couple of little patches, little fixes, and yeah, so it's definitely gotten better. And I haven't been driving off cliffs so much. I think I've driven off like 3 or 4 cliffs, and those are the only ones I've recorded, so yeah. Anyway, T-100 LT, you probably notice how ludicrously fast it picks up speed, and it goes 72 kilometers an hour. Its power-to-weight ratio is 48 horsepower per ton. That's ridiculous, and it's got 180 millimeter turret armor. So, yeah, it's insanely quick, insanely light, but it still has a little bit of armor. Its gun, however, is a little bit lackluster. 0.46 accuracy, guys. 0.46 accuracy on 100 millimeter, and the 100 millimeter, it only does 300 alpha. It doesn't do the normal 320 like the objects, the tier 10 Soviet mediums do. And its penetration is only 230 with its standard APCR. And if you choose to switch to those premium rounds, it changes to AP, and it only has 248 millimeters of penetration. So it's not that great. Now, however, the AP does have 5 degrees of normalization compared to the 2 of the APCR. And you're thinking, that's not much, it's only 3 degrees. When will that ever come into play? Well, not very often. However, in the next replay, guess what comes into play? That very situation where the AP penetrates because of its normalization. Meanwhile, the APCR does not, once again, because of its only 2 degrees of normalization. So, now this thing's gun handling on the move and turning turret is actually really good. I think it's 0.06 dispersion while moving and 0.06 while turning the turret and while traversing the hull, which is best in class. In fact, better than any other tank in the game. However, its accuracy does start at 0.46, so it's still pretty inaccurate on the move just because of its base accuracy. Like the FV215B, which is probably one of the best on the move, I think is 0.08 or on some stats and 0.10 on others. I can't quite remember which. So you'd think it'd be less accurate on the move, but no, because it has 0.33 base accuracy, it is actually more accurate. Now that Jagdpanzer E100 is in a really good position there, and he's hull down, and he's not spotting, but he's not getting penetrated by any of my tank destroyers or heavy tanks above me, who have formed a gun wall behind me, which is pretty fantastic. I'm very happy that they decided to do that. Because, obviously, when you have a scout or a light tank that's actually lighting targets, you want tanks to shoot at the tanks that are being scouted. Now, I keep backing into this bush. This is my favorite bush to go to. It's really hard to get into this bush, I find, because other enemy lights will decide to go across. Now, notice how I don't shoot here, guys, because of the prototype. I would be able to shoot this Conqueror, and the Conqueror would not spot me. However, the prototype will, so I will not shoot. Now, get back to what I'm saying. This bush is my favorite bush from this side of the map, which I came from, which is the south. It's my favorite bush to get to, but it's very hard to, because if one medium tank or light tank on the enemy team decides to go to this general area, they will usually get here first or spot me coming in. However, with the T-100 LT, because of its low profile and its ludicrous speed, I beat them here. And I was able to get in this bush, and they're the ones who are now in the pickle, because every time they try to, and that shot there, it looks like it goes a little bit high, or maybe misled by me. So now every time they decide to get into a bush to spot, I spot them instead. So the role is reversed, which is great. Normally the other side has the advantage. Now you really only want to come to these positions if you have really good camo rating or view range. Both is great, which would be this. I mean, the view range on this isn't great. It's 390, but I have recon, situational awareness, brothers in arms. I don't have vents, but I do have food, and I have coated optics, so my view range is probably almost 500. So no problem there, no problem. Maybe even more than 500, who knows. Anyway, we're not getting anything done anymore. That Jaeger was just keeping everybody pinned down. So I've decided to move here, and I'm going to put a shell on this Jagdtiger, or at least try to, but I don't. So I'm just going to pull away, and the speed just allows me to just disengage really quickly. I'm trying to find shots on these guys, but I can't quite. I'm very aware, should I say, trying to be aware of that Jagdpanzer E100 that's up on the bridge. I don't want him to, or near the bridge. I don't know if he has lines of sight on me, so I'm definitely going to be moving. Now, I know there are 2 light tanks in those trees over there. I'm going to put a shell here. The light tank does spot me. I know that's a light tank because there were bushes and trees in the way of that Jagdtiger. He would never spot me, probably even with the bushes and trees not there. Because this thing, like I said, camo rating is really good. And I have every camo perk as well, along with muffled shot. So if you have 400 meter view range, you're not going to spot me unless you're probably less than 300 meters away from me while I'm shooting. It's pretty ridiculous. In fact, I've had instances where I've been shooting at M103s who do have good view range, and they haven't spotted me at 200. So if you have a 75% crew and I'm shooting at you guys, there's not much you can do. And on storm maps, I was shooting at a T-57 Heavy from 117 meters away, and he could not see me. And I just kept driving away from him. He'd drive towards me, and I'd drive away, I'd shoot. I'd drive away until I'm about 120 meters away, and I kept doing that, and it was rather hilarious. Very hilarious. Now this game, very action-packed, I would say. Well, a lot of thought, should I say, involved, and especially the end, there's a lot of action, me brawling with tanks. But the next game, guys, is more of a hilarious game, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's that light tank, and he's in the P clan, and those guys do like focusing me down. So I know for a fact, while I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, he's going to come around, go down the bridge, and come straight at me. And that's what I'm going to get ready for. First, I'm going to get this guy spotting. I'm trying to bait him down, too, because I know of a lot of tank destroyers. But there he is, and I know he's coming. He's going to come straight through the bridge, and this is exactly what I was thinking. So as you can see, I am pulling back. But watch this. I'm going to pull up a little bit, get the shell. He comes straight at me, and I put the shell in. I think I killed the crew member there because we got a critical hit, but it didn't tell us. Now I'm going to pretend like I'm letting him circle me, and then I'm going to pull forward, and he shoots over me. And someone else also missed. Or actually, I think that was my own teammate that hit me with an APCR shell, unfortunately. So I did block them. I apologize for that. But now we're just going to chase this guy down because he cannot and should not be allowed to get away with that. So we finish him off, and he's out of the game. Good result there. And our damage ribbons are really, or should I say assist ribbons, are really ticking up. Because, once again, all we're doing is just spotting. Now I'm going to go for this guy's tracks. Bad shot there, and I missed the tracks, unfortunately. But he's still not coming after me. I really want him to come after me. But on my left is the Jagdtiger. Don't want to get hit by him because I will become a one-shot to everything else left in the game. Now I've decided I'm going to go execute him. I know there's a T-54 around here, but I haven't seen him in a little bit. So I come around the corner, fire my shell, and we bounce off. As you can see, I switched to my AP, and there's a Jagdpanzer E100. Oh, and he bounces off of our well-angled upper hull. And now can we get away from this, guys? We put the pillar in between myself and that T-54. We fix our ammo rack because the Carnarvon hits us. The Carnarvon will most likely not one-shot us. He does hit us again, but he only damages our tracks. Because we hit the wall, the T-54 misses us. Thankfully, our bad driving saved us there. And do we get away? Yes, we do. And because we tracked him, we get a little bit more of assist ribbons, assist damage. And we're just crashing into everything. Hilarious. Some of these buildings are breakable, and some of them are not. Now I'm going to load AP again and try to get the lower plate of this Jagdpanzer E100 and hopefully finish him off, because he's really obnoxious. However, somebody beats me to it. The Waffle E100, who I think may have been shooting HE at him, which is a good move, actually. A great move, because he was bouncing off of him the entire first half of this game. So it looks like he loaded HE, because the first shell did about 100, and the second shell did the same. Now, I know this T-54, I thought the T-54 had the smaller gun, so I don't think he'll kill me with one shot. But maybe he will. And the Carnarvon, I know, will most likely not. So I'm going to go around this corner and finish off the Jagdtiger. That is my goal, and we finish him off. Now, this Carnarvon, I'm not sure what he's doing, so I bait his shot there. I put a shell into his tracks. I can't tell which way he's facing. Actually, watching this again, I think he was facing the opposite way of what I thought. Oh, and he does put a shell in. I wasn't sure if he had a shot. He is. He's actually facing the other way. Or, well, he's angled the other way. So, yeah, okay, that's interesting. Watching it again, I realize he's not facing the same way. But there is a T-54, and I realize he's coming, and I turn just in time to get away, because here he comes. I keep my AP loaded because T-54 hull armor is trolly. He misses his shell, and that really helps me, because now I only need to hit him 2 more times, and he still needs to hit me. And he is stock. He's got the stock turret. And I think about going after the E100 because he's got more hit points, and he's going to be a lot easier to deal with than these medium than these heavy medium and medium heavies. That's pretty much what they are, and they're going to keep up with me easier. However, he does get finished off, so now I'm trying to find this T-54. Fire a shell at the Carnarvon, and I missed. T-54 also misses. I think that was a T-54, or at the time, did I? I don't quite remember. Put a shell in the T-54. T-54 misses his shell, and now I know I'm going to beat his reload. So all we have to do is sit here and wait, and we finish him off, giving us the win in 32 assist ribbons and 3 killing shots. Now let's look at the quick post-game results before we move on to the next game. Now, we didn't make much money because we shot a lot of premium rounds and we had premium consumables. Because I'm trying to 3-mark this tank, I'm at 89% currently after the next video after this, which is where I got off today. Now, we did 4,000 damage, 8,752 assist damage, 1,050 blocked, 2,000 base experience points, which is great for a tier 10. And I think in just a second I'm going to go check on the efficiency. And there is something I want to highlight here. Quite a bit of assist on all of these guys. Look at all this assist we're getting. Oh my goodness. That guy is not as much as before. But yes, good assist. Look at all this. The Yak Tiger, nice assist. 900, 181, not much on him. 182, not much on him. 1,600 on him. Not on him. And we got none on the Jagdpanzer. 0 assist damage, unfortunately, on the Jagdpanzer E100. Even though he was spotted and shot at repeatedly, and as you can see, look at all that damage he blocked there. That would have been another 2,200 if my team were able to penetrate him. Unfortunately, we were not. Now, we're joining Clone Guy 72, which is me again, the T-100 LT on Mountain Pass, and I'm going to do something this game, which I almost didn't do. I wanted to play the stereotypical scout role, but I had AK Fisherman here who was sitting next to me at the time, and he was saying, yo, you're really fast, you should do something sneaky on this map. Do something sneaky, do something sneaky. And I said, okay, I know just the thing to do on this map. And I'm going to teach you guys, once again, a really nice climb position, which you can use in your super fast tanks. I brought an E25 up here, guys, and it was great. This game was even better, though, so I hope you guys enjoy this. This is a little boost. Drive to the left of that rock. I've never gotten up so easily before. This tank is ridiculously fast. In fact, I almost overshot where I'm supposed to go. So you got to ride this like a half pipe, but I don't think you need to with this tank. However, I do it anyway because I know this is how I get up all the time. And you're supposed to climb up right here, and I almost shot over it. You're supposed to land on this grass, and it's very hard to land on the grass. Usually you undershoot, you don't get quite the speed, but I got too much speed. Now look at this thing climb, guys. This thing with the 48 horsepower per ton, it just doesn't care. It's just muscling up this little incline. It's like faster than my car going up this. It's really nice. Now there's not much action at the start of this, guys, because I just needed to just wait for the game to develop. I knew tanks were going to come, and the only thing I was hoping, I'm like, please, please, please don't be super heavily armored tanks. Don't be super heavily armored tanks. That's the one thing I'm asking. Send me light tanks, send me medium tanks, send me tier 8s and tier 9s. Let me feast on their souls. Just please don't send me like Panzer Kampfwagens. And what do you know? They send me not just one Panzer Kampfwagen, 2 Panzer Kampfwagens. However, I do find a position where I am able to brutalize them. Now, there's that light tank. We put the shell in, but we get spotted by the Panzer Kampfwagen 7 on the left because that tree was not in the way. The trees on this hill are set up perfectly where you don't get spotted. So I'm going to change positions so that I'm able to use these trees to their maximum. Now, my backup speed is 24, and I actually go up this hill at about 24 kilometers an hour going backwards. So it's very cool, very cool. Now, the one issue with this tank is it has terrible gun elevation and terrible gun depression. Because it's so flat. It's like more pancakey than the pancake, which is insane. There's an IS-7 there. We're going to have a couple futile attempts to penetrate his armor before I wise up. And now I'm shooting down at him, so let me just go for his upper plate. But the accuracy, it dips down and does not even hit his tank, unfortunately. But there is an IS-7 up there, and I know maybe he'll get spotted, and I'll be able to shoot the side of him. But I'm going to try again on this guy, and we bounce off again. Now I'm just waiting for that IS-7 on my right to get spotted. There's a Panzer Kampfwagen 7. I'm aiming for his engine deck, and I didn't see a bounce signal. Maybe it did bounce off and I just didn't notice. I didn't see it there. Remember, I'm using a small screen. Unfortunately, it looks like we bounced off. I aim for his engine deck again. No, I don't. I go for the light tank, and we put the shell in there. There's the IS-7. Now we're going to shoot this guy. 0.46 accuracy from long range. This is never going to go in. Yes, it does. It hits him in the engine deck, and we penetrate him there. Can we put another shell into him? That is the question. Yes, we can put another shell in. Straight through his space armor, it looks like, just because we can. Now I'm loading the AP shell, and he's standing still. I'm aiming for that pike that left side, my right side, his left side, and it goes in because he's flat. 150 armor is not going to bounce that shot, and it goes straight in. Now I keep my AP loaded, and I just shoot the upper plate of this Tiger II because I know it's going to go in. Now I'm going to keep this AP loaded because I have a plan for the Panzerkampfwagen 7s. However, I'm going to shoot that guy again. Premium rounds against light tanks do not work, apparently. Now, this is what I'm trying. Now that now that I'm shooting AP, I get the 5 degrees of normalization. So I'm just going to shoot this guy in his engine deck, and they're just going to cut right through. Look at this. You remember my first shot at this guy. It bounced right off. But now look at the indicator is red. Unfortunately, that shell, according to AK, he says it looked like it went into the mantle. So I think that one went into the mantle. However, the very next shell goes right back in. Unfortunately, I don't carry many premium rounds on this tank because I never really need it. I usually go for the flank, but right now I'm not really flanking things. I'm just shooting them. Boom, another shell into his engine deck. This poor guy, I don't think, somebody blind shot at us. I don't know who it was, but they missed. That one bounces off. We're down to 2 AP shells left. And, of course, I'm going to go for the light tank because he's the easier target, even though I'm shooting premium rounds and it goes in. I only have 1 more AP round left, and I'm not going to use it on the IS-7, so I'm going to switch to APCR. I should do it now. There we go, I do. But I need to get the gun elevation, so I'm going to keep pulling for it until I find it. There it is. Can we help that? Is that a Jagdpanzer up there? Jagdtiger up there? Yes, we can. We put 1 shell into him. Can we finish him off? He's turning towards me. Will the shell fly true? It does. Straight into his engine deck, and we finish him off. Now we've got APCR, and as you will see once again, does the APCR go in? It does go in this time. He's a little less angled, but it's definitely not as reliable. I'm going to keep the APCR loaded, but he's angling more and more up. So we put it in, it hits him in his fuel tank. We have 1 more. Oh, we're still shooting APCR. Can we finish him off? No, he's rocking back and forth. I switched to HE, but the HE on this flies super, super slow. Can we put this shell into his engine deck? And the shot's away, and we can, and we finish him off. Can we finish off that Panzerkampfwagen 7? I switched to AP. I should have kept HE loaded. I didn't realize he was going to get hit, and he gets finished off. And now we have a 704 up there, and the 704 is the luckiest 704 alive. I fire my last premium shell into him, and I switch back to APCR. Can we finish him off? Will he get spotted again? There he is. We fire another shell, and it goes straight into his rear of his tank again. Now we've got his broadside. We're aiming up a shot at his broadside. He does have spaced armor, and it nicks. It looks like it nicks the top of his tank almost. Unfortunately, it goes high, but don't worry. Will we get another shot at him? Yes, we will, and it just looks like it chips the paint off of his tank once again. And will he get away? Yes, he will. He gets away from us. Now, when we have a look at our mini-map, we can see all that's left are 8s and that 704, but that 704 is not very healthy anymore. So now's our time. Now's our chance to just go in, especially with all these hit points we have left. Great part about these tier 10 light tanks. Like, you play them almost exactly like the tier 8s, except you have more room to do things because you have more health. Oh, we're going to have to whip the shot off. I know there's a mountain in the way because he's about to go behind. Unfortunately, our shell goes high. Maybe it was a bad shot by me, or the shot just went high. I like to think it was not a bad shot by me, but it might have been. Now we're going after this WZ, and if we just go in full speed, we have a chance of him missing. Unfortunately, we're low on ammo, so I don't want to shoot this guy too many times. Unfortunately, we don't roll high enough to kill him. However, he's going to be nice enough to ram us and feed us the kill. And we don't even have to waste a shell. So we still have 11 shells left. Now this is Tiger II. We put the shell in. Oh, we don't quite roll high enough to finish him off. And now I'm just going to go over here. He's fighting 2 10s. There's no way he'll still be alive. He's still alive. And he gets finished off. Unfortunately, my team wasn't very good. Put the shell into the engine of that tank. He's never going to hit us, the poor guy. And we're going to ram him because I want him to be a one-hit with the next shot. Because like I said, I don't want to use too many shells. Unfortunately, we do not roll high enough again. But don't worry, we should get this kill. Do we get the kill? No, we do not. Which means we have to get these last 2 tanks if we want the top gun. However, we are fast enough. Artie, I think, just missed us. I think that was Artie that shot. So because we're faster than everyone else, we should get here before everyone else. Obviously, we will, and maybe we can pick up ourselves a top gun. Now, it is a Stark, not the Stark, it is the standard STRV S1, which means it has 30 millimeters of upper plate and lower plate armor, which means I will overmatch it with my 100 millimeter. He does not spot me. I fire on the move. It goes into his lower plate. Now, I was not expecting that. I slowed down just a little bit, and it was just enough. Now I'm going to overmatch his roof armor. There we go. We go into it again. And I thought about sitting here and waiting for him to come out again, and I just pop him. I was going to back up, but I changed my mind just in case I don't roll high enough, and I decided not to risk it to chance and let my team finish him off, hopefully. Now I know Artie's going to be setting up a shotgun, so I'm going to wait a little bit here, make him think I'm just poking around the corner, and then I'm just going to dart, because that's my plan. So here we go. Here's the dart. There he is right there, and his shell goes whizzing behind us, just missing us. Now I juke, and now I'm going to pretend like I'm going to ram him, but I'm not going to, and we finish him off with quite a healthy amount of penetrations and kills. Definitely a decent game there. Let's look at the post-game results now. Ace Tanker, 7,743 damage, my most damage I've done so far, my most raw damage I've done so far, should I say. Ace Tanker, and our second mark is at 89%, as I said, and we get the Sniper Medal as well, with, I can't read that, I think that's 1,500 base experience points, guys, and a juicy amount of damage. Only a little to these guys, a bit to him, a nice amount to him, a few to him, a nice amount at that guy, and then a fantastic amount to the Panzerkampfwagen 7. And it looks like there were 2 light tanks. I didn't notice that. And you can see I look at it again. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, please slap that like button, comment, subscribe. And if you want to send me any replays, send them to callingguy72@gmail.com. And if you want to join the Discord, it is going to be in the description below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Until then, this is CallingGuy72. Take care, and peace out.